Welcome back to our lessons on AWS Secrets Manager. And the topic of Secrets Manager is probably a little bit too long for one lesson and maybe not quite hefty enough for a full section, but I've created a section for it. We'll just call it a mini section. And in this lesson, we're going to go ahead and create a secret, and we'll also see how we can retrieve the secret. All right, on the Secrets Manager console, and just to be clear, it is available from the main services page. And so back into the console, let's go to Store a New Secret. Notice our options: credentials for RDS database, Redshift cluster, Document DB database, other types of databases, other types of secrets, API key, and certainly store access keys and secret access keys. So maybe we'll do a couple of these. So let's go with RDS database, enter a username and a password. And remember, we have some encryption available to us. So we can encrypt using the default service. And here's a key difference. If we use the default encryption key, we are not charged. If we create a custom encryption key, we'll be charged for that. So let's just use the default. And I have a MySQL database here available. And let's click Next. Give the secret a name. I'll just keep the same description. We can add tags. And let's click Next. And there's a key point, alphanumeric characters, and a few special characters. Next. All right, now we're looking at rotation. If you enable automatic rotation, the first rotation will happen immediately when you store this secret. All right, so let's just keep disable rotation interval, 30 days. Let's keep that. Maximum is 365. And remember that a Lambda function will perform the rotation. And that was all grayed out because we had disabled automatic rotation. In other words, if it's enabled, we have to specify all of this up front. Let's just be aware of it, though, that a Lambda function is going to perform the rotation for us. Remember, Lambda functions all have a trigger. The trigger is going to be the expiration of this rotation interval. But let's just keep it disabled for simplicity. Click Next. And this is really cool. So we're just about to store our secret, and it's giving us pretty much the code snippet that we can use in our code to retrieve the secret. So this is Java, JavaScript. And these are going to look fairly similar. C#. And this isn't a coding course, but certainly we want to get the general idea. Python 3. Now, the DevOps Pro certification exam is not going to go this in depth on the code, but certainly if you have an interest, just reviewing these more in depth would be a good use of a half hour or so. Here's some Ruby and some Go. And honestly, I've done a good bit of Java, JavaScript, C#, even some Python. Not so much with the Ruby and Go, but what I could do if I was working with these two is just kind of do a comparison between what Java is doing and what Go is doing. They're doing the exact same thing, it's just different syntax. But the main point is, instead of our database credentials being hard-coded somewhere in our application, we now have this interaction between our application, whether it be Java, JavaScript, C#, whatever, and Secrets Manager over a secure encrypted channel. And there's never any hard coding of those credentials within your application. So let's go ahead and store this. There we go. Now let's do one more. And this time I'll do other type of secret. And I'll just use a fictitious access key. Let's add a row. All right. And again, we'll just keep default encryption. That's free. Let's click next. Same situation. We have to name this. Tags are optional. So for this one, I'll leave that out. Let's click next. And again, if automatic rotation is enabled, we have to upfront specify our Lambda function to do that. Just be aware of how this works. We'll disable that, and that's going to give us 30 days to come up with a Lambda function to do it. We could also create the function. This will obviously pop us over to Lambda, and this is the Lambda console, so it's just what we've worked with a lot already. Let's bypass that. Again, just be aware of the mechanism here. When our 30 days expires, that is going to be the trigger for a Lambda function, which will perform the rotation of our secrets. Let's click next. And there's our sample code snippets again, which I find hugely helpful because as DevOps engineers, we're often just dabbling with these languages and maybe not real sharp with them. So this can be extremely helpful. Let's go ahead and store that secret. There we go. And note the difference between adding a description and not. So probably helpful to add a description. So with that, we have created and stored our secrets. In the next lesson, we'll keep working with Secrets Manager. Thanks for joining me. I will see you in the next lesson.